Welcome back to Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement. We're here with the Honourable Gerry Ritz, former Minister of Agriculture, and Alison Sunstrum, who is the founder and CEO of CNSRV-X Inc., talking about Canadian agriculture. Gerry Ritz, what do you see as potential new markets for Canadian agriculture post-COVID?
Well, I think there's a lot more concern about domestic supply than there is on looking outward. And of course, we export half. Some as high as 90% of certain products that we grow. We're the biggest in the world on a number of different fronts, but half of what we grow, we export because we're a small country, large country when it comes to production, but a small country when it comes to consumption. Pork, for example, we export 50% and buy back 50% of our domestic consumption. There's certain parts that we like and other parts that we don't eat. And that's the nature of having that full supply availability to draw on that supply from customers around the world. Again, going back to pork, they joke that they market everything but the squeal. And that's very important because it's the nickels and dimes that add up and make a difference in whether you have a profit line that year or not. There's so many factors that enter into it that you have to be almost a psychic to see some of these coming. There are some very, very strong farm groups out there and some great companies that help build farmers that resilience and that stability going forward.
Alison Sunstrum, to Gerry's point, are we just trying to hold on to what we have in terms of markets, or are there some new market opportunities for Canadian agriculturalists?
Well, this is a wonderful 1-2 punch because I think that what Gerry says is interesting, but I really am just amazed by the potential capacity or our opportunity. We have a tremendous resource advantage. And we can build the capacity to take leadership in many areas, I think. And we talked a bit about automation, but I also see that over the next, by 2030, we're going to see about 60% of our physical inputs are going to be converted to more a bioeconomy. Mm-hmm. And Canada is so very well positioned in terms of artificial intelligence, machine genomics, molecular bioengineering. We've set the foundation, and I do strongly believe that we can build a value-added ag business based on some of these newer concepts.
Gerry Ritz, go ahead.
Those are great cutting-edge issues, and I don't disagree with you, but it comes down to basic things like logistics, getting that product to market in a timely way. And when we see things like Joe Biden canceling Keystone XL, that means all that oil is going to be on rail. And that's in direct competition with grains and livestock and everything else that actually needs rail space as well. So there's those types of issues that are going to have to be worked out to give you that stable foundation for that digital economy to actually even have a sniff at or have a chance to move forward.
And I promise you we will be discussing that before the show is over too. But I do want to get, since Alison did raise the new technologies aspect of this, Gerry, do you see a massive transformation with some of this digital technology that's available to farmers now?
Oh, absolutely, Tony. I mean, this era of farmers out there are some of the highest educated groups that I've ever seen. Like in my generation, if you had grade 12, that was great. You went to work on the farm and everything was good. You learned as you went. Now they've all got degrees, some of the master's degrees, engineering, agricultural degrees, of course, which are now much sought after. A lot of them have a veterinary ticket. They are master jacks of all trades and continue to grow on the farm. There's a lot of technology that they take on board every day. Equipment that's run out there today, I can start it, but and point it in the right direction, but that's about it. My nephew won't even let me play with this new combine. It's just too much more complicated, he thinks, than I can handle. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's farmers adapt to technology probably faster than a lot of other businesses do.
And do you see that when you observe the next generation that basically they're in touch with the marketplace 24/7 now? Is that right, Gerry?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've got their smartphones and their iPads right in that cab of whatever equipment they're working on, and they're making sales and booking their fertilizer and all that type of thing right on the go. The office is that 6x6 cab that they're in.
We're going to continue our discussion. It's amazing how you're anticipating my next questions, which is just fantastic. Keep it up. It's a great conversation. We're going to continue.
We spent too many days together, Tony.
I think that's about it. We were completing each other's sentences at cabinet meetings, I can assure you that. But we are going to continue this discussion after the break. Please stay with us.